Hi and welcome back, Geminis. Thank you for joining me for another reading. I'd just like to take you straight into this now as we go to the bottom left side. And that is all the cups there. You can see 9 of cups. Now the 9 of cups, Gemini, is social scenes. So you're going to see that you're going to start to be able to socialise and get together a little bit more. So there's an occasion that's bringing a group of people together. So there's invitations there and social scene looks very, very good. Now we do have the devil that stands at the side of this. Now don't overindulge, don't overdo it, because it can be very tempting, can the devil. So again, it's about being tempted into things. So just know when to, cut the ties and situations that surround you here. So although I'm socialising, you're having a good time, just don't be careful not to overindulge, because if there's a tempting card here. I also feel like where the devil is, we have to sometimes, we can be tempted into things. It can be a bit addictive as well, can the devil. It can draw you into things. So it's about breaking addiction to situations and emotions as well. So just note that anytime you want to move away from anything or drop out of anything, you're free to do so, because you're tied there, but the chains are never on tight, that you can't move away from this. So there's a little bit of a tempting card around you at the moment. You do have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles again is a very materialistic wealth of a card is the King of Pentacles, but it's also about you building your own kingdom. You've got the wealth around, but nobody's give you it. You've worked hard for the money you do surround yourself with. But again, it's about being generous and having things to be generous around. But he's hard-working, loyal king. He's the King of Pentacles, because where he is honest and he's mature. Even though they're only young, you can be very mature, heads upon your shoulders. So he's a lovely king that shows up in your reading there. And also a nice person. So even if you're female, Geminis, you could see that a lovely gentleman there will be showing up in and around you. For again, where relationships and situations are, but he's a very mature, sensible king. I see there that you've got a joining of two people, so significantly where two people can making the ideas to come together, a joining of the ideas. But again, see, the cups always are linked to the emotional side of us, but linking that together, sharing and sorting things. But I do feel it's also a time to reflect with others around you, and also coming together could be engagements. So listen for all this around you, Geminis. The King of Wands is very, this always relates to the younger end, does the King of Wands, or where they are in the reading, because although with King of Pentacles is there and is very perfectionist, he likes things done properly, the King of Wands is kind of more, he likes to jump in there and know that he can sort things out, and I'm good. He likes to show how good his abilities are, and that means sometimes at the cost of others. So as ambitious king is there, so somebody very ambitious and won't stop in the work sense until they get what they want. I see that crossroads will come about as well, with decisions to make that will pull you in directions. So although the King of Wands is there first, it shows we've got ambition, but just note that you've got to take time to the route you're choosing to go down there. So there could be a change of work direction. But also where the arrows across, it means be impartial to things. Don't get involved in other people's situations and choose your pathway, because you've got to apply some logic to some decisions that you're about to make. So you need to put all your emotions behind you, your feet firmly on the ground, in order to know the direction that you're going to travel in. And although I see that two there of swords, the King of Swords is also showing up for you. You've got 3 kings actually all on this side. So that's showing you that at this moment in time, even though your pathways are crossed, and I'm telling you to be impartial where arguments and situations are, because you're going to be very drawn into situations that you're going to want to charge in. But this card tells you to hold back a little bit, make sure you've got all your information, and don't go charging in. Just hold back. Now, you do have the 5, which means you're going to feel a little bit down in the dumps. Now, the card also relates to crying over spilled milk. That's why I'm saying, if any situations arises, because you've got your temptation of the devil, do not go charging in, because that card is telling you you'll cry over spilt milk, and yet you'll have to bridge over a lot of troubled waters. And although you've got a lot of support behind you, you've got to see who's supporting you, but be aware that there is cups that's knocked down here, so it can bring you a little bit of sorrow, so just be warned. I see the Queen of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, is powerfully in control. So it's about wanting to take your authority, stick to your ground, and be in charge for situations. So it's a whole little bit of a difficult one, is that, for you Geminis in this reading here. It's just, you'll show your authority, and you'll show your worth there, and you will speak your mind, but just be a little bit, take your time on it before you go diving in. I do have the Will card at the back for you now. That's the card I pulled as your major card, which means you will complete something. You will be in completion. You will also journey, because it can bring you a fabulous journey, can the world. So just it's about a completion of everything. So hold on to that while I read the rest of your cards there, as we're coming to the Queen of Pentacles in the centre of your cards there. Now, she's again, you've got a lot of kings and queens, the powerful influences, the powerful cards, the high cards. The Queen of Pentacles is a very generous queen, and again, she's loving and guiding, some very giving here. Now, also, she also likes to, she's satisfied with her wealth, because she can know that with the perfection and the perfectionist that she is, she has worked again, just like the king. She worked to put the money in the lap. So the King of Pentacles is there, and the Queen of Pentacles is there. So relationships can be really well balanced here, but also it's about being generous and giving, and being able to love the ones close by, and be able to support them also. And that's what the Queen, she likes to do. She's very content with a success and her wealth, and she's a very generous queen. And they're followed by the Queen of Cups. Now, that's an emotional queen, so sometimes there can be somebody who's got a very generous side, but there can be a little bit of emotion at the same time, so carrying a little bit of things around again with us. We need to kind of sort out there a little bit to get rid of them emotions, because although she's very, very good, and she's got a great intuition as the Queen of Cups, she's powerfully in tune with her emotions, but she's also quiet, and sometimes she can be that quiet she doesn't get noticed. So although she's a very generous queen here, we do have to look and notice her. We have to see her generosity there, and take note of how good and perfectionist these queens can be, and very supportive. And you've got a lot of strength. There's a lot of maturity in these cards, because the Strength card is also linking into the Queens. Now, that is showing you about very mature, being able to tame things around you, and quite satisfied, and very, very very placid in the way that I see the here and now. Very strong, but very placid. And you can have anybody eating at your feet. I know you'll put your opinions there when you need to do, but you can have people really falling at your feet. The Knight of Wands comes to show you there is a rise and a move, so we are moving forward, not like the Knight of Swords who charges around. This is about lifting in and going in steady there, rising up to what you want to do, and all I'm saying, you're completing things, just like the world's give you your major card there. This can be a change of direction where work is, and a change of direction where property is. The King again of Cups comes for you, another emotional time. So we've got a kind of towing and throwing going off here, but the King of Cups is there to But again, his emotions, so the king's got the queens with the emotions and the perfection, her intuition strong, her abilities to see the things. We so have the king as well. That again, he's a great advisor, and people you can trust in the King of Cups, because he won't steer you off in a direction because of his hardship that he's had in the past as well. So you've got good advisors in these. Now you're going to show your skills. You're going to show you that the work is very hard in you, because you're very hard working. Because the King of Cups is there, and also the Pentacles is showing you where we see that little man with his hammer there on the right hand side. That is no skills, but it's showing you how you can work your abilities, the skills that you've learned, the abilities that you have within you are creativity, and they're going to show you how you can show them skills to others. It's like everything's beginning to make sense to you. Everything's starting to build up, and everything's starting to show that through your skills and your hard work, it will pay off. You're going to go battling a little bit here, because you've got another 5 coming in. 5's always hard in the battle. Now, all them little battles are preparing you to make choices, because you've got, again, your cups at the side, where we can see all them building up. So the 5 there of wands is making you all them little things, them little tiny niggly things. Again, where the cups is, it's making you choose things. So it's going to push you forward. So the conflict is there, but you're also pushing forward. Now, you've got to choose wisely when you're picking the cups up in so many like that, because the ideas are there, the decisions are there, the choices are there, but they can be hidden from you. So somebody could be hiding things a little bit here, and not. It's you. When you have to make choices, you have to make them with seeing things clearly, because there can be tempting things, just like your devil's got there, tempting you into things. So look carefully and leave the things behind that you don't want. So choose wisely, but you don't need to carry everything. Some things are good, but you don't need them. So leave them behind. And then you won't be defeated in this battle. You'll stick your heels in there. And I see you having the battle around you, and although I feel it's difficult at times, you're very strong and you'll walk away. So it could be sometimes at others' expenses as well. Remember that. You might feel like, I've defeated these, but was it worth it? So just be careful of the battle that's ahead. It's showing you very much that there's one there. The Lovers is coming in there, and you'll piece things together. There'll be support for you there. And it's also a card that you completely know when you're right, and you completely know when something is right. I also see the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is also a card that sometimes it's advice you're going to have to take here, and it can be a legal man. So just be aware of any battle and don't get into any legal implications here. You do have your Chariot, and your Chariot is a journey. So again, moving you swift and fast away here. So again, stay on the right track and don't be pulled off it. And although you are on that, you'll be guidance, and you'll be showing you need some guidance there. But I do like the will card that's come for you, because it's kind of completing things. So it's almost like I've got everything new happening around me, but I've got a choice as well, because the will's my oyster. So just remember that, even though it felt a little bit difficult in this coming reading for your Geminis, just take out of it what you can. It won't resonate with everyone. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed that, and if you have, like and subscribe, or even leave me a comment. And I'll be back with you in the next week for your next coming reading. Thank you for listening.